Okay.
Alright. No more phone calls, hopefully. Dream on. Alright, there's a head. Damn, you got black crap on there already. Okay, there's our mock-up gaskets. Don't need those anymore. Well, you don't throw away your old gaskets. Good for mock-up. Alright, let's get our excess oil off. Excess motor oil. See a little bit of oil on top. That's where the ring scraped up from the bottom. You can see the cylinder's already starting to break in. Just by turning it over. Alright. Alright, we're going to use the good James gaskets and not these paper climatic things. All this goop on here makes them seal better. These ones don't take separate O-rings. They made them correctly. They put goop on the outside of the hull instead of an O-ring. It's a tight fit. Alright, that goes on like that. You make sure your surface is clean and no burrs. It goes on. Alright. Lubricate the threads with oil so they will turn easier.
Not red Loctite.
No. Green Loctite. That'll make it really work good. That didn't screw it up nothing well. And Harley has a torque pattern where you go crisscross and the thing. I can't remember if they start here or here. I don't see why it makes any damn difference. You can also start here and go that way around too. There's a difference. As long as you go in a circle, that's bad. You always want to crisscross. Alright, a little torque on there, not much. Okay. Now what I do is I take the manifold to help line the heads up. There's our bolts at. That way hopefully the intake manifold will line up with the ports when you kind of pull all three pieces together at once. That's the theory anyway. In the real world it probably doesn't make any difference, but who knows? Makes me feel better. We cut away these holes a little bit to make it easier for the bolts to go in. If you have to fight to put your bolts in, that means you're going in sideways. So That means you need to grind the clearance in here. See how much clearance we get on these threads now? On the manifold? See, it used to be real tight in there. So. That's better. Now you want to pull the flanges down semi-equally, and you want to make sure the manifold's pushed in tight against the port. You can kind of feel where it hits in there. There's the jet. What I didn't do is I didn't grind this side away. Could have. I thought about it, I probably would have. Sometimes you make mistakes. Oh well.
That's not really a mistake, though.
It is if you can't tighten a bolt up. Okay, see, I'll leave a little bit of gap on the bottom. Let's go ahead and pull those down about equal. Alright. Where'd my hammer go? Nobody likes my hammer on the YouTube. Now you can either hit it this way or this way. Basically it rotates the heads into the manifold. You go in there and you feel what you think you like in there. I don't like anything. I went out a little bit instead of in. Can you see up in there pretty good? See, it's pretty straight. There's a little bit of a gap on this one between the head and the manifold. If you look on the other side, it's tighter against the head. But it's straight, it's not offset. You're looking... Right up in here is where we're looking to get it straight. See, it's just going to hop in the screwdriver when it goes across. That's what you want to see. Okay, now we'll go ahead and pull the heads down. As the heads come down, it will get a little bit tighter on the manifold and things will change a little bit. So let's see what happens. Now this one here, so if you use this one you can look at the dial. Oh, they moved. That's nice. I can tell by my fingers what I'm doing too. Yeah, that's about the right amount. Hear it squeezing the shit out of there. Clipping, clacking. Gaskets are talking to us. Squishy, squishy. Alright. Still looks good in there. Alright, I'll pull a little bit more torque. If you want to use this stupid thing, you can. As you go to about 30 foot-pounds on the initial hit. Yeah, maybe not. There was enough of an increase in that torque there for one shot. Okay, now we'll try tightening it all the way. Yep, there we go. That's pretty even. A little bit more. Go. So that's the clicker method. This here is the dial method. The number. So you got two different ways of doing it. Go back over and double check. There's 30. Okay, now to go if it's dirty. So there's your two different ways of checking them. And I bumped this up to 40. Stock stuff, you go 36, 38. S&S cases, you can pull them 40 to 42. I know that could go more than 43. You can run as much as 45. Anything past that, you'll strip studs out. But stuff starts getting really soft in the 42 area. So you can tell the head gasket's already collapsed quite a bit because it comes up torque quicker. So there's that one. And here's our 40 number. About here, I think. Bad view where I'm at, but oh well. Yeah, it feels about 40. Was that 40? You got a better view than I do.
Yeah, it's about 40.
About 40, give or take. You know, I'm looking at it from down in this angle like this. You can always check them again with this one. Yeah, I think they were 40. Alright. Now if we go to 42. It only takes more pressure to break them away than the extra 2 pounds. See how the torque wrench didn't pop? It should have. Sometimes they do that. That's the problem with clickers. I don't like it when they do that. You can't tell what they're doing. I've had them pulling up 50 pounds, they never pop, even though it's set at 42. Popped it, really. I never trust them when they don't pop right off. You can pretty well tell what your torque is by how you're pulling on it anyway. Alright, those are down. We'll go ahead and pull the manifold down the rest of the way. I always pull this side down first. When it's all the way against the flange here, it's all the way down. Then you come over and do this side. This side has a slot on it, so it's a side that can move like this as you come down. Because the center line does change as it goes across and pulls in. Put a little torque on it, but we don't need a lot. See, if I kept torquing this way, I'd be against the manifold. And with this thin little manifold, it would dimple it or break it. Now, if you use a stock O-ring on here, these flanges would be buckling like this because there wouldn't be any room to torque them. Alright, then always come by with a real Allen. Just to make sure it's got good torque on it. Can't torque much with a screwdriver. Okay, so that's all in there. We double check our intake manifold to make sure we're happy with our gap in there. You see in there it still looks like it's relatively smooth. You can also see our port flow is, it goes up and down a little bit, but move the camera around, you can see the whole port. Can you see up in there where the valve is and stuff?
Can't get that far in.
Yeah, well, you gotta get back a little bit. Not that far, but anyway, it's, you get an idea how it looks. I got a lot better vision than you do, I guess, from where I'm at. But anyway, it's it'll flow good. All right, let's get some more gaskets and we'll get back to assembly.